Welcome back, everybody. As I said in the previous video, we are going to show you now the second phase of the war. After you do your tactical map, it's actually now engaging in the war. So as you see, your fleet is here ready for you at the escape route. That's usually where they're always going to wait. You want to prepare at the escape route. So once you're in the area, you're going to spool up your warp drive, and when you're ready to initiate it, once you hit your boosters to initiate warp, you will see that your fleet will jump in with you. So only then make sure you have everything set and ready to go, because once you do it, it's going to start. So once you are in, your fleet is going to go to the first point that you set up on the tactical map. You're going to start like right in the middle of the area. Here is the tactical map. You hold control to bring this up. This displays your fleet on the left, and on the right, that is the fleet that you are fighting, along with their rank and how many squads they have with them. So, really pay attention to this. This is also how you initiate steps, by holding the middle mouse button while holding the control. You only want to initiate the next step once you've completed the first step. So again, don't initiate any steps until you finished and completed your task. Right off the get-go, we are at the turret because, like I said, I want these stations that we have to jump to afterwards to not keep shooting at us, because they will eventually take us out. You have to. It's not just about fighting off the army. Like I said, you want to stay in the attack zone because that's how you lean it more towards your side. It's kind of like capture the flag, or I shouldn't say capture the flag. If you've ever played a shooter like Domination from Call of Duty, Battlefield, I can't even remember the name, but you have to stay on a certain area to cap it as your own. Once you've done that, hold control, hold middle mouse button, initiate step 2. What I just did is I went and traveled to the next part before initiating the step, because my army is going to get there faster than I am in my mothership. And I also want to tell you, holding down B is how you get from point to point. It isn't a targeting system. You have to hold down B to fast travel. You're only allowed to do that in a war. You can't do it any other time besides in the war. Another thing, don't really bring the mothership into the battles like this. Very inaccurate. I should have gotten out of my seat and into my fighter. I was just too lazy. I just wanted to see if my new guns and outfitted mothership is going to do better. It is. It actually is doing a lot better. But again, it is very buggy. I advise you not to use the mothership. So once you've gotten all 3 zones, as you can see on the right-hand side, everything is lit up green. The center, the actual outpost, is going to become open. The shield is down. This is now when the dropship comes in, and this is when FPS battle starts. So for this, as you can see on my left-hand side, the dropship has arrived and it is dropping off the fighters. Note, because I made this mistake, you have to initiate this part by also being a part of it. So in order to do that, you have to leave your seat. So I cut out some of the video to speed up time, but it took me a while to figure out why we weren't winning it. Now again, I'm flying out, but you have to take your ship. This is where the mothership kind of glitches missions. So I advise you to not use any of the bigger ships. So don't use the commander, do not use the mothership. They kind of really bug out a lot of these missions. They're fun ships, but it's why I have other ships. It's just because I have come to the conclusion that these are kind of messing up the game a little bit. They're a great addition, but once you get into your regular ship, you will actually you're going to hear here in a second that we won the war. So listen here. Oh, I think they won. I think they finally got it. So that cheering, that screaming, that means we essentially took over the base. We've won. Here's our screen, our victory. We have capture, we have plunder, we have destroy. You have options here. If you want to build your starbase on this planet, you have to destroy it. If you plunder it, you're going to get those resources, you're going to get what you see there. If you capture it, you still get some decent resources, you still get some good fame, reputation, support, and hope. But you also have to remember that if you capture it, it also comes with a cost. So you got to, this is why I was saying beforehand, you want to plan out your battles because you want to make sure what is the cost of holding this outpost and what is it bringing in? Does it outweigh each other? In this case, I'm going to show you capturing it so I can show you what it's going to look like for when you own your own base. So when you own your own base, so now you see here we own it, WRA. We now have, that's our faction. We own that outpost. So if we go to our faction screen and go to our structures, you can see now we own this facility. And it's a factory, which is a good thing because it is going to create things. And in our case, we got lucky. Daily income is good, expenses are low. Not as low as we want, but you can also add on to this. You can make a dock. So it already has the turret, quarter, has the shield, has this, but now you can put drones, a barracks, a radio, a dock, and this will help in case anybody else wants to try to attack you. So I hope this second part was helpful. The third part is now base building, and can't wait to show you that. See you in the next one.